Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Atlanta. Usman versus Buckley. We back with another recap of the fight night in Atlanta that was hot garbage. Yeah, I'm just gonna be blunt about it. I don't think anyone's gonna sugarcoat it. This card sucked. Like, it was really fucking bad. Like, when I say this, there was literally a portion of the card where it was just shit. So, it was a really bad card. Like, which shockingly, because this card looked solid on paper, and UFC was kind of on a nice streak. 316 was good. Well, I guess the Barber card sucked ass, but the Morales card was good. 315 was okay. There are some decent cards lately, but this is one of the worst in a while. Well, maybe one of the worst of the year. Like, this card was just bad. Truly terrible. And, like, if anyone tries to tell you differently, trust me, if you want to go watch it for yourself, you're going to feel the same way everyone else did. What the fuck is going on? So, it started good, and we'll talk about that. The start to it was actually pretty solid. Like, yeah, one or two not great things, but the start was more good than bad. But God, when we hit a certain part of the card, it was just blew up and shit to bed, man. So, which sucks. It really does, because this card looked really good on paper. Some big names on it, some big fights on it, and it was bad. Really bad. So, that sucks. Obviously, because the card sucked in general, let alone that it did look like it was going to be a good card. And now we got a recap. Oh, joy. So, yeah, side note before I get into that, sorry for getting this out a little later than usual, but I thought about it this way. To get the best recap, I do it on Sunday. And so that's what I'm doing. And plus, I gave you all that after party last night, which was fucking lit. So, there you go. I'm trying, so I doubt y'all mind too much. I'll still get this out probably around the later hours of Sunday by when this comes out, so hope y'all enjoy that, and we will be going live on later tonight, hopefully, knock on wood. I know I said that last Sunday, but more than likely we will be, and if we're not, then Monday for sure. So I'll keep y'all updated in the community tab. So, but I would like to do it tonight, if not, and we'll see what happens. And it might be tomorrow, so we'll see. But what we're going to see right now is a recap of UFC Atlanta. Last thing to say before we get into that, please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs to go by the end of the year. Which still not used to saying that. And unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am, you ready to recap some bad fights in Atlanta, Georgia? I know I'm kinda I guess. So let's do it. UFC Atlanta recap. A little bit later than I'd like to be doing it. What can you do when the card goes late and the card sucked anyway? So let's do it. UFC Atlanta recap. Begin. 13 fights, nothing changed on the card on weigh-in day. Everyone made weight. Good job on them. Proud of them. And now we get to recap it as we begin with our first fight of the night. A fight I badly predicted wrong. Probably one of my worst picks of the year. At least it felt like it. As we have in the opening fight of the night in the women's flyweight division. One were only two female fights of the night. Both at flyweight. And then both were okay. I think this was the lesser of the two. This fight was nothing awful, especially compared to the rest of the card. This probably would end as one of the better fights on the card. As we have to open the night in Atlanta. Jamey-Lyn Horth versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Yeah, did I get this one wrong? Or did I get this one wrong? Like, Jesus Christ. I'll take my L here. This was one of my worst picks of the year. For 15 minutes, Jamey-Lyn Horth beat the ever-living shit out of Vanessa Demopoulos. It was one of the most one-sided fights of the year. Like, no joke, for 3 rounds, Jamie just beat the fuck out of Vanessa. Like, it was not even competitive. Demopoulos didn't have a round, a minute, a takedown. It was not competitive in the slightest, and yeah, Demopoulos just has no idea how to fight these bigger fighters, and it shows. She could not get on the inside and do anything to Jamey-Lyn Horth. She landed a few shots, but they were like 1 or 2 big shots, like a round. Outside of that, it was not even a fight. Like, again, Horth, it was just Horth beating the shit out of Vanessa at range. Like, if Vanessa ran in, she got clipped. If Vanessa was at range, she got hit. Like, she just had nothing for Horth. She was just too small, which was my main critique. If for picking, like, for people like that betting odds were right, I'll take my L here. The betting odds were completely correct. I thought Vanessa would fight a little bit better. I thought she would, like, especially up a weight class, not making that brutal weight cut anymore. I thought she would look better and maybe be able to get on the inside against Horth. Nope. She got demolished, and again, I'll hold my L here. I predicted this terribly, so I'll hold the L. I thought, even if Vanessa didn't win, I thought she would look better, but she looked fucking terrible. She just has no idea how to fight bigger fighters, and it shows, so sucks, but that's how she goes, and yeah, I'll take the L. I think, like, I hate this excuse, but if they were the same size, I think Demopoulos would win, but they're not, and Jamey-Lyn Horth, I think the best way to describe this fight is Jamey-Lyn Horth showed why there's weight classes. So that's what I think. Yeah, domination of a fight to begin the night, not even close to being competitive. Kind of a running theme with this card, a few decisions on it at least. And yeah, pretty bad fight. Well, pretty bad beating. I don't think the fight was terrible. It was fine. Like, I thought it was a lot better than a lot of fights on this card, but it was not anything. On a good card, this fight would be forgotten. But on a card that was shit, this fight's not that bad. So, that shows how good this card was. But yeah, not anything special. Beginning of the night, Horth just beat the shit out of Vanessa for 15 minutes on the feet, and that was that. I'll hold my L. After that, to talk about each fighter real quick. Not a lot to say about this one. For Horth, now 3-2 in the UFC, get back on a win. She's not the worst. I don't think I called her bad. I don't think I called her can, because I don't think she's a can. If I did in the breakdown, I was very wrong. I don't know why I thought that, because I don't believe that. I don't think Horth is a great fighter. She's 35 years old, and she's kind of I think she's kind of a mid fighter, a little bit below average, but that's, what can you do? She looked good here against her best win in the UFC by a mile. Vanessa's way better than Ivana and Cowan, and yeah, Jamie looked the best she's ever looked. It was not some close split decision like most of her fights. It was a domination, so good on her. She looked good. Best she's looked. I still don't rate her highly, but I don't think she's awful, and she looked good. She looked very damn good. Getting Canada, a rare one. Seemed like the Canadian women are the only ones getting wins anymore. And yeah, good one for Jamey-Lyn Horth, getting back on track. We'll see where she goes next. And then for Lil Monster, Vanessa Demopoulos. I hate to say it, but I think her UFC career is about over. 3-fight losing streak, not against high-level competition. Yeah, she went on that nice, 5-1 run back a few years ago. But I think her UFC career is about done. I think it is done. I don't see them not cutting her. 5-5 in the UFC, like 36 years old. Outside of being hot, is there really any reason to keep her around? She's kind of fallen off. I think if she got to UFC sooner, she would have done a little bit better. Because even in her UFC debut, she was, 33, 34? Yeah, she's 32 in her debut. So she just got to UFC late. I don't think she's a bad fighter. I still don't think she's a bad fighter, but I just feel like flyweight is definitely her weight class for her, but she just can't fight taller fighters. She has no idea how to, and it sucks. Again, I like Vanessa. I think a lot of people do. She's a fun personality. She's not an awful fighter, but she's just too tiny. And at her age, not really being able, for her height, not being able to really make strawweight, at least convincingly, with no defensive grappling, like, she's just, her UFC career is done, sadly. I think I'd be shocked they gave her another fight. I think she's probably gonna get cut and go back to, was she in Invicta before? She'll probably go back there, or LFA, I mean. So she still has, I think she still has some left in the tank as a fighter, and again, I think she will probably go back to an LFA, Invicta, PFL, and she'll do good. I think she will do good, but I just think her UFC career is done, which sucks, because again, I don't think she's that bad. I think she's, like, just looking at strawweight, she's better than names like, I don't know if a loud car passed by, I don't know if y'all could hear that. I truly think she's better than some of the names, at least like if you go to strawweight, like Shana Banan, Puja Tomar, Alice Ardoyan. I think she's better than those names, but she's just taking a lot of tough fights and not been able to win lately. And I think that's about her UFC career done. A lot of people say she didn't even win a lot of those winnings. A lot of those wins she has, people don't think she beat Kanako Murata or Emily Ducote. So take that as you will. If this is the last time we see Demops in the UFC, it sucks, because I don't think she's a bad fighter. But time has passed her by. By the way, goddamn, does she look great for 36. And, yeah, I guess that's her UFC career done. So, if it is, good career, 5-5 in UFC, had a night. Not many of these, I guess a lot of people would call her, can go on a 5-1 run in UFC, so do that. So, see you, Demops, enjoy LFA or wherever you go, and good luck. More and more likely OnlyFans, but, you know, tomato. And now, last part as always, who should they fight next? The Jamey-Lyn Horth getting back in a winning column. Not a lot of, like, flyweights actually a very shallow division when it comes to unranked fighters, because there's not many. Like, right here, like, the only one, like, none of these fighters are on the roster. So, you really gotta, like, look deep for some fighters. But who could Jamey fight? You got Juliana Miller coming off a win, that's always a possibility. You got Teresa Bleda, they can rebook that fight, because that was the original fight. You got Inesta, who I think I said that's who Jamey should have fought a while ago after her Ivana Petrovic win. God, I hate recording during the day, because loud bullshit. I'm still down to see Jamey fight Inesta Carrasqueta. I think that's a really intriguing matchup. You got Dion Barbosa, you got fucking few names, so, but I really want to see that Inesta fight. Like, it's either Inesta, Blade, or Juliana Miller, and I would rather see Blade fight Miller and Inesta fight Horth. I think this would be a really good fight. The UFC is going to Canada October, I believe, so let's get this fight, man. I think both very long, some of the longer, taller, lengthier strikers in the division. Let's see it. Inesta Carrasqueta, Jamey-Lyn Horth. I would be down. I'd be really intrigued in that fight. I think the striking in that fight could be really damn good. So let's see it. Jamey, Inesta. I think that's what I'm gonna go with again. I think I've said that fight a while ago. I think again. I believe after her Ivana Petrovic wins, so let's book it. Let's try that one more time. Horth, Carrasqueta, book it. Outside of that, not really much else to say about this fight. Not a bad way to begin the night, especially if what happened later in the night. So, could have been worse, could have been better. And yeah, I'll take bad pick. Again, one of my worst picks of the year. I have no shame in taking an L here, and this is why I record at night. Yeah, whatever. At least I have proof I'm recording during the day. But yeah, one of my worst picks of the year. I could have picked this fight much better, but I overthought it, I guess. And yeah, I'll take the L. Good win for Jamey-Lyn Horth. And who should she fight next? I like her against Inesta Carrasqueta. I think that'd be a really interesting fight. That'd be a great early prelim for the Canadian pay-per-view. I believe October, I think it is. And yeah, book it. Well, let's try that fight again. I think that's a really good matchup. And then for Vanessa, probably her last UFC fight. Kind of sucks, but she had some good fights. And see you around, Vanessa. think that's about that. Good win for Horth. Bad pick by me. Not a bad way to open the night. After that, we get one of our few highlights of the night. I would say there's only 3, and they heavily carried this card because holy shit, was this card shit. After these few finishes, as we have in our second fight of the night, our first of a few finishes on the night, and a very good fight overall. As we have in our second fight of the night, our first male fight of the night in the welterweight division, we have Phil Rowe versus Ange Loosa. From a bad pick to a good pick, I told you Phil Rowe would win this fight. Not as convincingly as I thought. He tried everything in his power to lose this fight, but he pulled it out. He definitely pulled the win out of his ass at the last moment. It was a weird fight at first. In round 1, Loosa took Phil down pretty much at the beginning of the fight, like with under a minute, and laid on him the whole round. Phil really did nothing in round 1 besides get laid on. Clear 10-9 for Ange Loosa. Then in round 2, kind of a lot of nothing for half the round, and then the craziness started. Phil Rowe was starting to crack Loosa, but eventually Loosa, I think, got him in like a clinch and dropped him with the right overhand or something. And then he laid on him for the rest of the round. Phil Rowe could have tied it up 1-1, but he choked, and now it's 2-0 going into the third. But then it got crazier. Phil Rowe came out in round 3 and just started picking Loosa apart. He just went right at him. Loosa couldn't get off the cage. I don't know if he wanted to, and he just dominated Loosa. He beat the shit out of him. I swear we need a fucking tally at this point. He just beat the shit out of him on the cage. He hurt him. He dropped him, I think, once. Loosa just wouldn't go down, but he was taking a beating, and then eventually Phil got him in like kind of a little bit of a clinch where he was just holding his head up with his left hand, punching him with the right hand. When he let go of that, after like 6 or 7 punches, Loosa pretty much just dropped to the floor, and that was that. Phil Rowe by knockout, I guess it would have been in round 3 with under a minute left, needing a finish. What a performance by Phil Rowe. Wow. That was impressive. That was a very impressive comeback, a very good comeback, a very needed comeback. And, wow. Good ass fight. Very good ending to that fight. It got crazy, and it was batshit insane, so. Yeah, again, this one, a few fights I'd say go back and watch if you missed it. It was very good. Very, very, very good. You could skip round 1. After round 1, it got very entertaining, so good fight. Very good fight. Well, yes, it was a low-level fight, and it showed, but it was good. It was entertaining. In a loser gets cut fight. It was fun. These two fought for their jobs, and one kept it, one lost it. Can't say much of. Very good fight. Very good comeback by Phil Rowe. Completely robbed of a bonus. Like, there are not many bonus-worthy performances on this card, and I definitely think Phil Rowe should have been one of them to get one. But I guess no love for the Fresh Prince, so what can you do? Besides that, good win for Phil Rowe, good comeback win. I told y'all, one of the best underdogs on the card. The funny thing, the only one of those 4 that actually won, Maverick, Petroski, and Demopoulos lost, and even Durden, who I hyped up as could be an underdog, so I clearly have no idea what I'm talking about, as if that was ever in doubt. So good one for Philly Fresh, though, and at least he made me look smart. Everyone else made me look fucking stupid, so I'll take it, and yeah, that's about that. To talk about the fighters now, for Phil Rowe, is he still a bad fighter? Yes, he's fucking terrible. He was a minute away from losing this fight, but he pulled it out and he got a W. Now 4-3 in the UFC, first win since 2022 against Nico Price. Yeah, again, when he fights someone good, Phil Rowe is going to get beat up pretty easily. He's just not that good. Like, he has good power and good striking, but outside of that, he does not really take damage well. His cardio's not great. His fight IQ is not great. So if he can stay active, that could be very good for him. But he's getting older. He's 34, and yeah, I just don't think he's that good. He's lucky they gave him a tomato can like Ange or Loosa, who's going to shit the bed in every situation. So good for Phil Rowe. Good win. Good underdog win. Keeping his job, and see what happens next with him. And then for Ange Loosa, he still sucks. He's still really bad. 2-3-1 now in the UFC on a 3-fight losing streak, if we're being honest. I think it's time to cut him, to be honest. Like, what do you get out keeping him? Truly, what do you get out keeping him? He's not good. He's not. He quit against Brian Battle, which should got him cut as is. And his only wins have been one dude who's not even in the UFC anymore, the other who shouldn't be. Like, he's just not good, so just cut him. Could I see him giving him another fight? Yes, but I would cut him. I don't see the point of keeping him around, so, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. Yeah, just get rid of Ange Loosa. You really don't need to oversimplify it. He's garbage. You would have cut Phil Rowe if he lost. Cut Ange Loosa. He's a little quitter bitch. Only thing I'll say after that is, of course, the final thing. Who should they fight next for Philly Fresh? I'm not really sure. You're not going to give him a ginormous fight, of course, because he is coming off a 2-fight losing streak now, getting a win for the first time in a long time. So again, obviously you're not going to throw him up the rankings, but you can give him a pretty solid fight. They have him 30. I know Tapology's rankings are not accurate to what the UFC thinks, but they're still interesting to look at. 38. None of these guys, like all of these, like, you might even not give him a first page fighter, to be honest. Like, you could give him a Samba Garimbo or a Carlston Harris would be kind of decent. Even a Sam Patterson would be kind of fun. Fucking Zaleski would be kind of fun. I think Trey Waters would be a really interesting fight. Like, I think that could be really interesting to see. Because Trey Waters is very tall. I think about Phil Rowe's height, maybe taller. How tall is Phil? 6'3", so someone taller than Phil. I'm down to see that fight, because I don't think there's many other people who almost match Trey in height. So, and again, I don't think you throw Phil Rowe up into a real fight. I don't think he deserves it. He almost lost this fight, let's just be honest. But yeah, I'm down to see Phil Rowe and Trey Waters. I think that'd be a very good fight. It'd be a very interesting fight to see how the height for both guys is kind of tested there. And I'd be down to see it. So, yeah, let's do Phil Rowe and Trey Waters. Book it. I think that'd be a very, very good fight. But at least interesting. Maybe not great, but I think it could be a very interesting fight. So, let's do it. Right now, that's what I'm feeling. Phil Rowe, Trey Waters, two of the taller welterweights in the division. Book it. So, sounds like a good fight to me. I'll tell you that, not really much else to say. Good comeback win for Rowe, proving me to be smart on at least one pick, none of my other underdogs. And keeping his job for another day. Who should he fight next? I would say Trey Waters right now. I think that'd be a really good fight. And yeah, I think that'd be really interesting to see if Phil could upset Trey Waters. That'd be kind of interesting. So let's do it. Trey, Phil Rowe, book it. And for Ange Loosa, cut his bitch ass. He sucks. And good riddance, bitch. Good one for Will Smith, as he saves his job for another day and makes me look smart. No one else does. As we go into our third fight of the night in the bantamweight division, as we have a fight I think we all predicted pretty easily. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on because it's kind of a waste of time fight. One of the first, I would say the first of these, out of these first 5 fights, this was easily the worst one. It was just pretty terrible. As we have in our third fight of the night, our first at bantamweight of a few at bantamweight, and the worst of them at least, we have a predictable fight between Ricky Simón versus Cameron Smotherman. Yeah, I think we all predicted this one on the head. Ricky Simón dominated Smotherman for 15 boring minutes. Are we surprised? I know I'm not. For the first 2 rounds, Simón just held Smotherman either on the cage or on the ground. In round 3, Smotherman did have a little bit of success on the feet, but still not much. If you want to give him that round, cool. If you don't, cool. I say 30-27. You could say 29-28. Right, doesn't change the fact. Smotherman lost pretty clearly, and Ricky Simón won very clearly. And yeah, quick, easy win for Ricky Simón. Can't say much else than that, can you? Yeah, again, very predictable fight. This is what happens when a higher level guy fights a guy who couldn't beat Siri City. So, respect for Smotherman for stepping in, but yeah, he had no business being even close to fighting Ricky Simón. So, thank you, Charles Jourdain, for pulling out, for giving us this instead of an actual fun fight. And yeah, pretty much a waste of time for Simón, because this one really puts him nowhere closer to anything interesting. So yeah, but I guess he was really good at beating these young guys who are not very good. Javid Basharat, Cameron Smotherman. Well, I guess he's building a streak there, and yeah, I guess that's about that for Ricky Simón. And for this fight in general, not a lot to say. Pretty boring. Simón just held him on the cage or the ground. And I think Smotherman called him racist during the fight from what I heard. So that's funny. And yeah, that's about that. Quick, easy win for Simón in a fight that was really a waste of time for him. Not really going to add much more to the fighters. For Simón, now on a 2-fight winning streak for the first time since 2021, 2022. So good for him. Again, he's doing really good against these pretty bad younger guys. But you can't be doing any worse after fighting Song Yadong, Mario Batista, and Vinicius Oliveira. So I guess this is a cakewalk compared to that fucking 3-fight skid. And yeah, he still got it. 32 years old. He's still as good as he ever was. Like, I think one of the most... I think when we look back on Ricky Simón, especially with how the rest of his career goes, he's going to be one of the most underrated bantamweights of all time, because he's really fucking good. Again, his first 2 wins in the UFC were Merab and Montel Jackson. For fuck's sake, 2 guys who are some of the best fighters in the division right now. So, what does that tell you? But yeah, Ricky's really fucking good, and he still got it. Never lost it, just fought the hardest guys he could find, so yeah. And then for Cameron Smotherman, 27 years old, so he's still young, now on a 2-fight skid. Yeah, he needs to win his next one. So all we've kind of learned is how ass is Jake Hadley that he lost to his kid on short notice, dominantly. So take that as you will. Like, Siri City beat him with ease. Ricky Simón just beat him with ease. So Smotherman just is kind of showing, like, with the Simón loss, we already knew he was not to that level of Simón. With the Siri City loss, we learned he's not that good at all, because Siri City's garbage. He's fucking like Daniel Marcos level garbage. Ricky Simón's understandable, we're fine, and you stepped in on short notice, good job. So, but yeah, like, Smotherman just proven not to be a UFC level guy, but I guess we should expect that from a guy who got knocked out by Christoph Giagos, or Grigori, or Christoph, that was a completely different guy with it, Charlampis Grigori. So, yeah, what did that tell you? Yeah, he's just not good. He's probably going to be out the UFC before the end of the year, depending on if he takes another fight before the end of the year, and yeah, he's just not very good. So, respect for stepping in, but you had no business even being close to fighting Ricky Simón, and yeah. See, we went from we had a guy who looked like a very interesting prospect to very shitty and about to be out the UFC very quickly. Only thing left to say is, who should I fight next? For Ricky Simón, he's right back into almost being in a top 15. I don't know if you give him a top 15 fight, but you can give him one close to it. Who could he fight? Like, he could fight... Let's see. I could see him fighting... Actually, no, because if he fought Raul Rosas, he would kill Raul Rosas. Charles Jourdain, you could rebook the Jourdain fight, but I think move on from that. This sucks for to get that Cody Garbrandt fight, who we'll talk about later. Adrian Yanez, Smotherman's training partner, maybe. Ione, you never know. Johnson Martinez. I'm down to see that Johnson Martinez fight. I think Ricky and Martinez would be very interesting. Yeah, you could say Farid Basharat. That'd be kind of funny to see him fight the brother. Where is Farid? I don't know why he's not on this first page. He's really fucking good, so. But, yeah, I don't mind a Johnson Martinez fight. I think that would make a lot of sense. Both guys have ups and downs in their careers. Martinez is on a losing streak. Simón just came off of a losing streak. So, yeah, you can definitely make a case for Simón and Martinez. I think that'd be a very, very solid fight. Because outside of that, I don't see you giving him a top 15 guy. So that's kind of off the table. And then who else? Again, what? Yanez, Jourdain, Rosas. I think those are all kind of step downs. So let's do it. Ricky Simón and Johnson Martinez. I think that'd be a great fucking fight. I would probably take Simón in 2025. So yeah, where is Johnson Martinez anyway? So hopefully we see him soon, and hopefully we see this fight soon. Ricky Simón, Johnson Martinez, book it. That'd be a great fight, and I'd really be down to see it again. It might be a little late because again Martinez had lost a lot of his hype, or all of his hype, I guess. But whatever. What can you do? Oh, better late than never. Ricky Simón, Johnson Martinez, book it. That'd be a fucking banger. And outside of that, not very much else to say. Quick, easy win for Simón against the guy he had really no business wasting his time with. And yeah, 2-fight winning streak against 2 pretty bad frauds. Let's see where Simón goes from here. And for Smotherman, we'll see. He'll probably be back in the Apex, fighting a lower level guy. So maybe he'll fight Raul Rosas. You never know, knowing the UFC. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Smotherman needs to win. Simón needs to keep climbing closer to the rankings. Let's see what happens. Simón Martinez, book it. After that, we go to our 4th fight of the night. In the flyweight division, a fight that was a lot more one-sided than I think or anyone thought it would be. Besides the betting odds, I guess they just fucking knew. But outside of them, I think a lot of people were a little bit surprised by how easily this fight went for the younger guy. But I don't think anyone's upset either, because karma's a bitch, ain't it? As we have in our 4th fight of the night in the flyweight division, our 2nd knockout of the night, and one of our last, we have Jose Ochoa versus Cody Durden. Wow, this Ochoa kid is really fucking good. Yeah, what a fucking statement to be made. Like, I said in the breakdown, we're gonna find out how good Ochoa is. God, did we ever find out? This kid is great. In round 1, he kind of just picked Durden apart on the feet, just hitting at will, landing big shots. Durden took a lot of big shots, I'll give him that. But that's not really a good thing. Late in the round, Durden did land a beautiful, I think it was a left hook that did rock Ochoa a little bit, and he did get a takedown off of that, so good end the round for Durden, but I still think everyone agrees Ochoa won that round. But it didn't matter, because in round 2, round start, Ochoa just blitzed the Durden, hit him with, I believe it was a left hook, and that dropped him badly against the cage. Some ground and pound. 11 seconds into the round, it was over. Jose Ochoa, knockout, round 2. This kid's good. This kid is really fucking good, and yeah, wow, to spark out a veteran who's usually like highly touted in the division, like Durden, with ease, that's pretty fucking impressive. So yeah, this Jose kid is fucking scary. Like, Peru might have a real one here. Daniel Marcos sucks. Kevin Borjas is getting better. Ochoa might be the real one here, man. So he's good. He looks fucking phenomenal. And just how good is Lonnie Kavanaugh, for fuck's sake? Jesus Christ. So this kid's good. This kid's really good. And flyweight has another interesting prospect to keep an eye on. So good luck, 125. You're gonna need it, because this kid is good. So yeah, not really much else to say. His striking looked phenomenal. So We didn't see much of his grappling. It was late in round 1 when we did. So, this kid's good though. So, not much else you can say. What a fucking fight. What a second fight in the UFC, and kid's good. To talk about the fighters now, of course we'll start with Jose Ochoa. Again, this kid is really fucking good. How good is Lonnie Kavanaugh, for fuck's sake? Like, Jesus Christ. And then to spark out a veteran like Durden, at 24 years old, this kid has power and crisp striking. He's from shoot-a box, so we know he can grapple. Flyweight has a real one here. He's big for the weight class. Flyweight has a real one. They really do got a real one here, and this kid could be good, man. This kid could really be one of them ones. We'll see if he's what Peru needs, because goddamn are their fighters not usually good. Jose Ochoa definitely one of the most interesting names to come out of this card. Keep an eye on him, man. He looks really fucking good. Again, how good is Lonnie Kavanaugh? And then for the guy who got knocked out here, Cody Durden, now 6-6 in the UFC at 34 years old. Yeah, he's starting to hit the end of his career, his UFC career. He's 34 on a 1-4 UFC streak. You can give him a break to an extent, because those 4 losses are pretty fucking understandable. Tagir Ulanbekov, that's definitely understandable. Bruno Silva, that's not aged great, but sure. Joshua Van, self-explanatory. Jose Ochoa, that kid looks good. And then he did beat Matt Schnell in the middle there, so yeah, I don't think Durden's a bad fighter, but he's just really been thrown to the fucking wolves. And then he's getting older for the weight class. He's a very subpar striker, and his wrestling's decent, but it's not really hard to beat him if you can keep it standing, or if you have a grappling game yourself, like Tagir Ulanbekov. So I don't know. It's like Durden's kind of been just. I don't think he's a bad fighter, like I said, but this is definitely like we're seeing the end of Cody Durden in the UFC. So I don't think they're gonna cut him right now, because I'd kind of be shocked by that, because he's still pretty decent, and Ochoa looks to be good. And it's only a 2-fight losing streak, but if he loses the next one, obviously he's gone. He's getting older, and yeah, he's just not looking like that guy anymore. So. Like, he didn't look like that guy to begin with. Like, his ceiling was a top 20 dude in the division. I think he was in top 15, like, once or twice, which is, like, I think even a little bit above where he really is at. He's just kind of, he's a mid-fighter who, is a little bit above mid-fighter. And, yeah, again, it's impressive that Ochoa sparked him out like that, so I guess that's kind of a compliment in a way. Not many people just spark out Cody Durden. Joshua Van needed 3 rounds. Fucking Tagir Ulanbekov needed like almost 2 rounds. So, impressive. Very impressive. And now, of course, lastly, who does he fight next? Obviously, you're not going to throw him into a ginormous fight right off rip, but you definitely give Ochoa a good fight after a win like that against a veteran of the division. So, but who? Yeah, again, you're not giving him a top 15 fight. That's fucking stupid. But you could give him a good one. Let's see. I saw someone say Sumadarji, but I don't really like that idea much. Like, you could give him a Matt Schnell. Maybe not a Matt Schnell. You give him an maybe Al Nascimento. Oh wait, no, they're both shoot box guys, ain't they? Yeah, they're not. No, they're not gonna fight. Fuck, Bruno Silva's still ranked, I believe. If he wasn't ranked, you could make a case for that, but I believe he's still in the top 15. He is. God, flyweight's so hard to fucking book half the time. I guess maybe Rafael Filho or a... I forget who I said Matt Schnell should fight after his last one. I'll look into that, so... But I'm not against the Rafael Filho idea. I think that'd be a really decent step up. I know Filho just lost, but I still think that could be a decent win for him. And I like it. I do like that fight. So, yeah, right now I'm leaning Filho, but we'll see. Again, Matt Schnell is always an option. But knowing the UFC, they'll probably give him someone who's somehow a step down from Cody Durden, because logic. So, we'll see. Again, I don't mind a Rafael Filho idea. I think that'd be a pretty intriguing fight. and a win there, you could make a case for, especially a dominant win there like this one, you could easily make a case for him getting a top 15 guy. So you never know. I mean, you never know really. So we'll see. We'll see. I like the Rafael Filho idea. I think that could be a really good fight, and another good win for Jose Ochoa. So this kid looks good on a card that not a lot of good came out of it. A good ass looking prospect like Jose Ochoa is definitely one of them. 24 years old, good striking, good power, grappling. We still yet to be determined, even though he is from shoot to box. Young, lengthy for flyweight. This kid is good. So, and we'll see how good he is if we win his next fight, who I think that should be Rafael Filho. As of right now, I think that could be a really good fight, and another really good win for Jose, so let's book him. And then for Cody Durden, I don't think they're going to cut him. I could see him fighting someone like an Ode Osborne, or a Ray Saruya, or Clayton Carpenter, or someone like that who's coming off a loss in their own right, or I guess Ode coming off a win. So, something along those lines. Hong Sung Park. So, there's options. We'll see who Durden fights next. It could be a winnable fight, could not be. Never know if Cody, to be honest. But again, I highly, highly doubt they cut him yet. So, great win for Jose Ochoa. Looked great, got a bonus, and quieted the crowd against a hometown fighter. Great second outing for Jose. Let's see him against Rafael Filho. Peru, you might have a real one right there. Maybe. We said the same thing with Daniel Marcos, and that was not true. We never said the same thing with Kevin Borjas, and that was also very accurate because he sucks. But now he's good, I guess. This might be Peru's #1 guy. We'll see though. After that, now we're getting to the main event of the card, really, because after this fight, the card's shit to bed, as we have in our the fight of the night, let's be honest, the highlight of the night, our 5th fight of the night in the bantamweight division, the clip we've all seen by now, and goddamn is this kid good, as we have in our 5th fight of the night in the bantamweight division a fucking murder in the high, like, I don't even know how this was sanctioned, as we have Malcolm Wellmaker versus Kris Moutinho. How was this fucking sanctioned? Long story short, for the recap of the fight, Wellmaker beat the shit out of Moutinho. Moutinho really did nothing. He landed a few shots, tried a few takedowns, never really did a lot, until about 2.5 minutes in, Wellmaker hit him with a beautiful right hand while Moutinho was throwing some weird ass knee kind of thing, and yeah, he sent Moutinho to the fucking Shadow Realm, face down, ass up, out cold. Malcolm Wellmaker is legit. This kid is fucking good. This kid just killed a man on live television, and we all expected it, we all watched it, and we all fucking loved it. This kid's legit. Like, bantamweight have a problem. I hope, please don't be Peyton Talbot. Please don't be Peyton Talbot. Be a legit fucking fighter, don't be a fraud can. Please, for the love of God. Yeah, this kid's good. Cameron Simón, Kris Moutinho, yeah, not the greatest 2-fight winning streak in UFC, but great knockouts. Has taken no damage pretty much in 2 fights. He'll probably be able to get in there again pretty quickly. This kid's good. This kid is scary good, and I saw it on Contender Series. I saw it on Contender Series. He had that thing. He knocked a guy out exactly like O'Malley knocked out Aljo. And then he was kind of, it was a pretty close fight on the betting odds with Simón. Was he the underdog against Simón? Or a lot of people were picking Simón, so people already didn't know, but now people know. This kid's good, and he's going to give people a lot of problems in the division. We think. Can he go deep into a fight? Can he grapple? Are obviously the 2 main problems. Well, the main things we're wondering with him, because we asked that with Payne Talbot, and we found out no and no. So, please, don't be Peyton Talbot. Be a legit fighter. Please, bantamweight needs some more. Because right now, a lot of the guys that have been hyped up in that division have shit to bed. Rinya Nakamura, Peyton Talbot. So, Rowe, Rosas. So we need some more, Sean O'Malley. We need some more prospects, and Wellmaker looks like he's gonna be one of those ones. Maybe the hardest hitting bantamweight of all time, where you can make a case, and, he's good. He's really fucking good, and, good luck 135. If this dude can grapple and has cardio, he's gonna win a belt. Cause he can just spark you out at will. And then for fucking Kris Moutinho, he still sucks. I don't think anyone's shocked by that. He is still shitty. He's still a stupid punching bag. And I told y'all from the beginning, that's all he is. I told y'all in the breakdown, he had no reason being back in the UFC. And I was completely correct. Cause he sucks. He did not get better. His competition got worse. He still sucks. Cut him again. Lastly, after all the hype, who should Wellmaker fight next? Because a lot of people are going to be interested to see who that could be. You're obviously going to give him a good fight now. You're not going to give him a super jump up in competition, but you're going to give him a decent enough fight. But who? You can't give him another Can, like a fucking Ronnie Yaya. But who? It has to be a big fight, because you gotta get people interested. Javid Basharat? That would not be bad. I think that'd be a logical step up. A guy like... I get Javid's coming off a lot of L's, but that still would be an interesting win. Victor Henry's always a good prospect tester. Davey Grant, always a good prospect. Like, any of these guys could be good for him. Like, literally, well, maybe not Cody, but any of these guys could be good for him. Adrian Yanez, we talked about earlier. So, I like that Javid Basharat fight. I think that'd be a good win for Wellmaker. Beat up a fraud like Basharat, get another nice win, like, beat him, you jump up to that spot, and then you can get a Victor Henry, Adrian Yanez, fucking... any of these guys. So I kind of like that Basharat fight. I think that'd be a good step up for Wellmaker. And obviously you don't give him Farid Basharat, because that'd be a tough fight. Farid Basharat would be a really tough fight. But Javid, that would kind of be that'd be interesting. I think he should smash Javid. He already smashed Cameron Simón, so why not smash another fraud? And, yeah, I like it. I do like that fight, so let's do it. Malcolm Wellmaker, Javid Basharat. Give Wellmaker another layup win, but against a little bit higher of a layup. Let's do it. Javid, Wellmaker, book it. I think that sounds like a good fight. So, sounds like another highlight reel knockout, so I don't think anyone's gonna complain about that. Besides that, not very much to say about this fight. It was a fucking murder, and, yeah. Thank you, Moutinho, for coming back to give us another highlight reel. You're good at one thing, getting punched in the face. So, cut Moutinho again. Wellmaker's a legit problem. And who should they fight next? I like Malcolm Wellmaker versus Javid Basharat. I think that sounds like a good idea. Would be a logical step up from Wellmaker. It's still not like... You gotta build a kid slowly. He's 31 years old. He's still got a couple years of time. He's still got some time, so you don't have to rush him. Like... Give him time. Don't give him fucking Montel Jackson or fucking Kyler Phillips. Let him build a little bit. Like, he probably get 2 more... If he wants to, he could probably get 2 more fights out this year. If he, let's say, Javid Basharat, and then by the end of the year, he could be beating up Adrian Yanez or someone along those lines. So, I think that's the logical step for him. Then by next year, he could be fighting in the top 15. So... I think that makes sense. But knowing the UFC, he's probably going to be fighting fucking, I don't know, Ricky Simón next, because that makes sense to somebody. But I say Javid Basharat. I think it'd make a lot of sense. It'd be another nice win for Malcolm, and let's book it. Wellmaker, Basharat, maybe in like a few months. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Chicago, the Hamzat card. So, I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Either way, get Wellmaker a fight ASAP. I think Javid Basharat would make a lot of sense. And, yeah, so let's do it. Not much to say. Wellmaker's a fucking problem. And, he was the real main event tonight, because after his fight, everything went bad. As we begin the bad portion of the card, which is the rest of the card, there's not another finish on this card. Every other fight on this card goes to decision, so oh fucking joy. Yeah, don't be shocked if this portion of the breakdown recap is short, because god, this card sucked after the Wellmaker fight. As we begin it, I'm not even mad at the loud vehicles because I don't want to break down. I don't want to recap this part of the card anyway. As we get to the bad portion of the card with our co-main event of the prelims, a fight that was fucking dreadful to watch. It looked like it was in slow motion, as we have in our co-main event of the prelims in the welterweight division, Michael Chiesa versus McGee. Yeah, this fight was terrible. 10 years ago, this would have been a good fight. But yeah, this fight was 10 years too late. Mainly because neither guy wanted to grapple, which kind of made the fight shitty, because neither of these guys know how to fucking throw a punch. So, you know, great. Yeah, this fight was shit. For 15 minutes, they had a piss-poor striking match. I think Chiesa won all 3 rounds. If you want to make a case for Court winning a round, cool, I don't give a shit. If you want to make a case for Court winning the fight, cool, I don't give a shit. I don't think anyone's going to try that. But, yeah, very, very bad fight, and, yeah, just 10 years too late. So, waste of time. I actually would have rather seen these two grapple, because I think it would have been more entertaining. Because these two are good grapplers. I would have rather seen them grapple, but neither wanted to get to the round. So, it sucks. That kind of sucks, but whatever. I guess what can you do, man? We got a shitty striking match. I got my pick right. That's really all that matters to me, because goddamn was this bad. This was so fucking bad. So, yeah, terrible. I'll happily say I'm happy this was not on the main card. I said it should have been. Actually, it might as well have been. Everything else sucked, so maybe it should have been. But yeah, this was bad. Truly terrible. 10 years too late. To talk about each fighter real quick, not a lot to say. Chiesa picks up another win, 3 in a row now. Probably the worst he's looked in his wins since starting this streak, but what can you do? He still can't strike, and he got lucky. He got lucky. He fought a guy who can't strike either. So, what can you do? So he got really lucky. He fought someone who has even less striking than he does, and he picked the English. He picked up an easy win here. So that's about that. Can't like 3 in a row is 3 in a row. So what can you say? And then for Court McGee, my point from the breakdown stands here. He should not be fighting anymore. He looked terrible. He looked slow, stiff, all the things we expect from a Court McGee striking match. Again, he should have retired on that Tim Means win. I think that would have been the perfect retirement for him. But he wants to keep going. So I guess let's keep going. No idea who he's going to fight next. I don't really care who he fights next, because again, I don't even think he should be fighting anymore. And, yeah, it's not really sure what to say. He should have retired after that Tim Means win at almost 41 years old. What are you getting out of this anymore? I don't know. Lastly, who should I fight next? This is actually going to be a shocking idea, but people have been saying this idea for a minute now, and I agree with it. Let's see Michael Chiesa versus Colby Covington. For my fight idea, the only reason is because they're doing tough. Chiesa's on Team DC, Colby's on Team Chael. Whenever the season finale is, this would be a perfect fight night main event for that card. Let's do it. Chiesa, Colby, why not? They're gonna be on tough. They probably don't like each other, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So let's do it. Colby, Chiesa, I want to see it. I think it makes a lot of sense. Book it. Book it. It's that simple. So whenever the tough finale is, put this on that card. It could be even a co-main if you want it to be. Book it. I want to see Chiesa, Covington. Sound like a banger fight to me. I highly doubt they do it, trust me. I highly doubt they do it. But if they did, I would be really down to see it. It's the closest thing to Chael versus DC as we can get, so let's do it. Chiesa, Colby, book it. And outside that, not very much else to say. Terrible fight between two guys who should have fought 10 years ago. And, yeah, not very much else to say. Court should retire. Probably should have already retired. And, for Chiesa, let's see him fight Colby. I think that'd make a lot of sense. I think that'd be a good fight. And again, it's the closest thing to a tough coaches fight as we're going to get this season. So let's do it. Colby, Chiesa, book it. Not very much else to say. Shitty, bad way to start the bad portion of the card, if that makes any sense. It's all bad, but that was really bad. So yeah. After that, oh fucking boy, I'm gonna waste a little time doing this because we all know what happened here. So let's just get to the point. As we get to our featured prelim in the light heavyweight division, and we ended the prelims with a complete clown show of a fucking acting performance, as we had Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. Yeah, Bellato's the biggest bitch on the roster. He went full actor mode, and he's a bitch. It's that simple. He's a fucking bitch. He went full Sterling. I don't know what else you want me to say. He got kicked. He played fucking dead. And, yeah, he's a complete bitch. He can say whatever he wants. Anyone can say whatever they want. We all know what happened. He looked at the ref and then played dead, trying to get a DQ win. Not how it works, buddy. You're a fucking coward. Cut him on the spot. I somehow leave this fight having more respect for Paul fucking Craig than I do Rodolfo Bellato. That's sad that you make Paul Craig look respectable. One of the worst fighters on the roster. Cut Bellato on the spot. He's a fucking actor, not a fighter. Pussy. Bitch. Coward. And that's the prelims. You could just turn the car off after the Wellmaker fight. Truly. Everything after that is garbage on the prelims and the main card. I think this card's carried by Rowe, Ochoa, and Wellmaker. Everything else, like the Simón fight sucked. The Horth fight was passable. So 4 good prelims, 3 shitty ones. Not a great over under, and then the main card's not much better. Yeah, this was bad. So let's get to that main card, shall we? 6 more decisions. You ready? I know I am. Let's do it. As we begin the main card of a fight that was painful to watch, like most of this card after Wellmaker. Oh boy, we need one fraud on this card also, might I add, so let's get to it. As we have in our main card opener, staying at the light heavyweight division, good thing no acting this time, but I might as well have rather seen it than watching this garbage. As we have in our main card opener for UFC Atlanta, Alonzo Menifield versus Oumar Sy. Jesus fucking Christ. Alonzo Menifield's on a generational run of bad fights. What can I even fucking say here? Today's no, they didn't. Terrible fight. Like a normal Alonzo Menifield fight. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. For 15, well, round 1 was a very close round. I think it was Menifield's the best round of the fight. He landed the bigger shots on Sy, and I think Menifield took round 1. Round 2, Sy held Menifield on the cage for 5 minutes, making it 1-1 going into the third. Round 3, the deciding round of the fight, was a complete coin flip in my opinion. I think it could have went either way. Neither guy really did anything to take the round. I decided to get a takedown, Menifield didn't get a big shot. It was kind of just 2 really gassed fighters having a shitty striking match. And after 5 more minutes, the judges all agreed. Shockingly, Alonzo Menifield won. And that was that. We had our one fraud of the card, and it was we got fraud checked by Alonzo Menifield. Ew. Yeah. terrible fight. Alonzo Menifield's on a generational run of terrible fights versus cans, and yeah, he keeps finding a way, doesn't he? Keeps finding a way. Not gonna waste a lot of time on this because this fight's terrible. It was as bad as the Chiesa fight, maybe worse. Menifield stays in the top 15, keeping his spot, having a generational run, a terrible fight, taking another O, now on a 2-fight winning streak at 37, almost 38 years old. I don't know how much longer he can keep doing this bullshit, because eventually he's gonna fight a real prospect who doesn't suck ass, but not anytime soon. And, yeah. He's not very good, but he keeps fighting. The UFC wants to get rid of him so badly by giving him these prospect after prospect. It just doesn't fucking work for some reason, and now he's on a 2-fight winning streak again. It blows my fucking mind. And then for Oumar Sy, yep, he got fraud checked. He can't strike for shit. Grappling didn't really go anywhere in this fight. He just held him on the cage for a round. I don't know why he didn't do that one more time in round 3, but he's kind of fucking stupid. And now he got fraud checked, and now light heavyweight's literally getting carried by Jamey-Lyn when it comes to prospects. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we needed one fraud card, and of course it'd be the Frenchmen, because they suck. Menifield, Durden, Oumar Sy. Morgan Sherrier is pretty good. They're just not good. I'm sorry. UFC wants the French stars so bad. Just they suck too bad. They suck. Oumar Sy, welcome to the fraud club, buddy. Finally, last thing, who should I fight next for Alonzo Menifield? I will give him a fight up in the rankings. Fuck it, I think he's earned it. Who though? Does Bogdan Guskov got a fight? If not, that's a clear fight to do. Does Bogdan Guskov got a fight? I don't believe. Oh yeah, he is fighting Nikita Krylov. Jamey-Lyn's probably gonna fight Johnny Walker. Azamat should fight up. So yeah, I'd probably say Menifield doesn't have a fight at the moment. I would say probably the loser of Krylov Guskov, because he deserves to fight up. I'll say that much. But Bogdan's booked. Jang's gonna fight Johnny. Azamat would already beat him. Nikita's booked. I saw someone say Volkan. Chill out. So yeah, let's chill there a little bit. So, and but I'm more than likely he'll fight another guy outside the top 15. I could see him fighting maybe Modestas Bukauskas, but I think Buka should fight Jacoby. So the winner of that can get that fight. Can get a top 15 fight, and maybe Navajo Sterling if they want to throw him up into that position. But I think that'd kind of be too much too soon for a guy who looked kind of bad against Tuco Tacos. So take that as you will. So yeah, I'd probably say Menifield can just wait for the loser of Krylov Guskov. I think that'd make the most sense, and go for, or the winner of. I think he's either going to fight the loser of Guskov Krylov or fight Modestas Bukauskas. So I think either one is possible. Or unless the Zhang Johnny Walker news is bullshit, I guess he could rematch Johnny Walker. So I don't think fighting Jamey-Lyn's a possibility, because why the fuck would they waste his time doing that? So yeah. So we'll see with Menifield. I would say either the loser of Krylov Guskov or he should fight Modestas Bukauskas. So either one I'm fine with, and yeah, he's earned a fight in the top 15. He can stop fighting these unranked, undefeated guys. So yeah, in my opinion, maybe the UFC doesn't agree, but I'll be fair to the guy. He's won 2 in a row now. Took 2 undefeated guys. I'll give him a break. So besides that, shitty fighters. Oumar Sy is a fraud. Alonzo Menifield keeps finding a way to win these boring ass fights, and I think staying in the top 15, it'll never make sense, and that's that. Next, we almost got a fraud check here. I was worried for a minute my lock of the night was gonna shit the bed, but he found a way to pull it out here. Somehow, as we have in our second fight of the main card, a fight that makes no fucking sense if you were to think about it. We have in our second fight of the main card in the middleweight division, again, logic got thrown completely out the window here, between Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Cody Brundage. Wow, is this fight bad and stupid? Not gonna waste a lot of time here because I don't know what the fuck to say about this crazy backwards bullshit. Round 1, very close round, could have won either way, neither guy did anything. This is pretty much like the Alonzo Menifield fight all over again, to be honest. Neither guy really wanted to fight, and so round 1, flip a coin, you can score it. I think I gave it to Mansur, but you could go either way in my opinion. Round 2, better round for Mansur, clear round for Mansur. 1-1 or 2-0 for Mansur Abdul-Malik. And then round 3 happened. They started throwing bombs at each other, very Holloway Gaethje style. Eventually Brundage went back against a cage. Mansur rushed in with a knee, but I guess when he went in after the knee to like clinch up, he headbutted Brundage, dropped him, and finished him. Of course, on a replay, they saw that he headbutted him, and then instead of a no contest, which would have made sense, they went to a technical decision, and they scored round 3, which was 36 seconds. What? Like, what the fuck? It makes no fucking sense. I don't know what the fuck the UFC is doing anymore. How this is a win for Mansur Abdul-Malik, I don't know. This should have been either a no contest or a draw, I guess. Because a lot of people said Brundage won round 1, so you can make the case for it. No idea how you can score round 3 when it was 36 seconds, but I guess you could. Anything to give Mansur that win, I guess. And, yeah, terrible fight. Terrible fucking logic behind that decision. Not even gonna waste time with a fight idea, because I don't even know how you can give Mansur a win here when you can't score a round that was 36 fucking seconds. But I guess they found a way to, and yeah, just stupid. Kind of a theme with this card, just fucking stupid. So, what can you do? What can you truly do? And, yeah, just stupid. They're not gonna run this back, at least, because it sucked enough the first time. And, yeah, man, I feel like Mansur is gonna get fraud checked soon. He almost did against, Nick Klein. You could have made a case he should have here. He's gonna get fraud checked soon. It's a matter of time, so. He's just not that good, and he really looked terrible here. No idea how he got handed a win, but I'll take a lock of the night W, even if it makes no fucking sense to me. I truly don't care. After that are one of the only not completely terrible fights on the main card, but it was not good either. Our third fight of the main card, maybe the saddest one on the main card. This one was sad to watch, but expected at least, as we had our third fight of the night in the bantamweight division. A fight we all knew would go this way, but we didn't want to admit it, as we had Raoni Barcelos versus Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, Cody looked old and washed, as expected. Sad. Very, very sad to say that, to be honest, but the predictable happened. Cody looked washed. In round 1, he didn't look terrible. Round 1, Cody kind of looked like Cody again. He looked fast, he landed some good shots, he dropped Raoni a little bit, he looked good. Then he kind of gassed. He really kind of just gassed and fell apart. Round 2, Raoni kind of was on him, hit him with some big shots, cut him open, took him down, kept him there at times. Raoni kind of started to take over after round 1, and then round 3 was much the same as round 2. He was just chasing him down, landed some big shots, took him down, yada yada yada. Cody just looked gassed after round 1, didn't look as quick as he usually does. He did his little taunts and all that, but when you're losing, it doesn't really look as good. And after 15 minutes, I think everyone agrees, 29-28, Raoni Barcelos, and that's what the judges agreed on also, and that was that. Pain. It sucks to see Cody Garbrandt like this, man. Like, he was so good at one point, and now he's jobbing out to Raoni Barcelos, who's not bad, but dude, prime Cody would knock Barcelos out in 2 minutes. But this ain't prime Cody. Like, he's just washed. 14-7 now, 33 years old, gonna be 34 in a month. he just doesn't have it anymore. I said in the breakdown he should have been, after that Sunfal fight, I feel like his career ended. He's now 2-4 in his last 6. He should be in BKFC or PFL by now. I don't think he should be in the UFC anymore, and I don't know how much longer he will be. Like, why keep him around? He's not going to beat anyone good. He's not even that big of a name anymore. People will cheer for him, but like, his fights are not that exciting. Like, this fight was okay, but on this card it looks a lot better because it was this card. Like, he would be perfect for PFL or BKFC or any of those promotions. He could go be a big star there and make a bunch of money and probably win against tomato cans. He just has no reason to be in the UFC anymore, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I truly see no reason. He's not active either, so I just really see no reason to have Cody Garbrandt still fight in the UFC. So, I truly don't. So, but we'll probably see him sometime next year. Maybe he'll get another shitty tattoo. I feel bad. I truly do feel bad. Because again, Cody was one of my favorites. He is one of my favorite fighters. I want to cheer for him. I want to see him win. But midlife crisis Garbrandt, because that's what he is, with the fucking eye tattoo and the fucking braids. He just does not have it anymore. So, he truly doesn't. And, yeah, he should not be in the UFC anymore. He's perfect for BKFC or fucking PFL, but UFC, I just don't see it anymore. And then for Raoni Barcelos, good win, three in a row now, 9-4 record in the UFC, and you can really make a case for him getting a top 15 fight, and I think I'm probably going to. He's good. He's still at 38. I think he's gonna be 39 soon. And next year he'll be 39. He still got it. Like, I get the 3-fight winning streak might not be the most impressive. Christian Quinones, most people don't even know who that is. Payne Talbot, we all know what happened there. And Cody Garbrandt in 2025. So maybe not the best winning streak in the world, but a winning streak nonetheless against 2 big names, no less. He still looks good. And again, if you ever look at his losses, he never lost to anyone bad. Teamer, Victor, Oumar, and Kyler. So, he's still good, and he set himself up for, in my opinion, probably a top 15 fight now. So let's see if he can get that. So, only one way to find out. So, I guess since we're already on his page, let's look at that. A fight idea for Raoni Barcelos. Well, could you give him a top 15 fight? You can make a case, but who? Not Montel. Vinicius is booked against Kyler. Marcus McGee just got booked. So, maybe not. Unless you give him like Cheeto, but I don't see Cheeto fighting down that much. Or Rob Font. Or Cejudo. Or Zahavi. So, yeah, Raoni might be a little bit screwed in that department. Maybe he can fight the loser of a fight. Stuff like that. Like, really, yeah. Who would he fight outside the top 15 that makes any sense for him? Like, I don't really see, like, what? Damon Blackshear? Why? Ricky Simón, Johnson Martinez? Why? So, he should fight up. He should fight into the top 15, but again, there's just really no one at the moment. Like, the only guy unbooked in the lower half of the division is Montel Jackson, and that makes no sense for Montel Jackson. He needs to start fighting up. So, Kyler, McGee, Vinicius, Zahavi are booked or not happening. So, I guess maybe the loser of Oliveira, Kyler Phillips, I would imagine, possibly, which is probably going to be Kyler Phillips, or maybe Marcus McGee after the Piotr Jan fight. That'd probably make a lot more sense. Either McGee or Kyler after they lose their next fight. So, yeah, that would check out. Raoni's never been active to begin with, unless they give him Eamon Zahavi, which I doubt. Eamon's probably going to fight Rob Font or Cheeto. So, yeah, I think Raoni could probably fight the loser, whichever, between Kyler and McGee, because they're probably going to lose to Vinicius and Piotr Jan. So, yeah, that's probably what I would say. So, yeah, just wait for the loser one of those 2 fights. Or if the UFC gets crazy enough, have him fight Montel, but that really does nothing for Montel Jackson, in my opinion, so let's not do that. So, I guess Raoni can just wait for the loser of Kyler or Marcus McGee. So, Sounds good to me. And for Cody Garbrandt, I'm not going to think about giving him a fight either, because like I said, I don't even think he should be in the UFC anymore. Not because he's bad, just because he could do better elsewhere at this point. So I think he's just ruining his UFC career more and more by the fight. So yeah, it's just time for him. So hopefully if he does find the UFC again, hopefully he can get a win. But I have my doubts. So I have my fucking sorry. I have my doubts, and yeah, we'll see. We'll truly see what happens. So, with that being said, it's sad. It's very sad to talk about Cody Garbrandt like this, but time waits for nobody, and especially didn't wait for Cody Garbrandt. So sad. But that's that for all we're left to say is, who should I fight next? For Ione, I like him versus either McGee or Kyler Phillips. If whoever loses, whichever one of those two lose their next fight, if both of them, then probably we'll see. And Cody, he should be in PFL or BKFC, but we'll probably see him sometime in 2026 with another UFC fight and another bad tattoo. Time just passed him by, man. Sucks. It's really sad to look at Cody Garbrandt like that in 2025. Speaking of sad, this fight, what the fuck was this? Garbage. Gonna skip through this pretty quickly. As we have in our fourth fight of the main card, the co-main to the co-main, and why was this high on the card at all? This was fucking dreadful to watch. As we have in our fourth fight of the main card, the co to the co, in the middleweight division, Edmen Shahbazyan versus Andre Petroski. Not gonna waste a lot of time here, because this was fucking maybe the worst fight of the night. Jesus Christ. For 3 rounds, Edmen just beat the shit out of Petroski in a striking match. It's truly that simple. Petroski thought he was a striker now, and he still can't strike. He's shit. Edmen sucks. Not gonna waste time. Just gonna give a fight idea and move on from this fight, because this was just a clown show. More like everything the UFC does. So, who could Edmen fight next? Who could this bum fight next? Because he still sucks. I still believe that Kelvin Gastelum and Edmen would be fun. I'd be down to see that. I think the UFC would have loved that fight like 10 years ago. Bone Nickel and Edmen, I could 100% see that. Actually, I'm kind of down to see that fight, to be honest. Edmen and Bone Nickel. Yeah, that works for me. Either Bo Nickel or Kelvin Gastelum. Now I'm kind of down to see the Gingers fight, Bo versus Edmen. So, yeah, works for me. Edmen, Bo Nickel, memes, fuck it, don't care. Next. After that, we go to our co-main event of the evening. I'm not even gonna lie to you, this was probably my pick for 5 of the night. It was pretty decent. I can't believe I'm actually saying that about this fight, but it was. This fight was pretty solid. As we have in our coming event evening in the women's flyweight division, a fight that was close, but sadly still went the way most people predicted, not me, because I try to be the smart one, and I'm not. As we had in our coming event evening, thank God it was only 3 rounds, Thug Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. This was a close fight. This was a good close fight. Like, again, this would probably be my pick for 5 of the night. Like, which I take that as you will on a card that was this bad. I guess 5 of the night's not really a high award. Oh, I forgot to score round 3. Oops. My bad. I want to score it like this. It was a close fight. I know this doesn't make it look close, or this, but it was a close fight. The rounds were very close. Round 1 could have went either way. I leaned Rose. I thought she did a little bit better, but Maverick did not have a bad round 1. Round 2, Rose kind of just laid on Maverick for a good chunk of the round, but late in the round, Maverick did flip her over and try and lock in an arm triangle. Almost got it, so you could give Maverick round 2 if you wanted. I didn't, and then round 3, Rose dropped Maverick early with a jab, I believe, and kind of after that it was kind of just over. Maverick really could never get going in the round after that. And that was that. Rose Namajunas wins a 30-27 or 29-28 decision. And god damn it, Miranda, how do you lose to 2025 Rose Namajunas? Could you make a case for Maverick 1 and 2? Yes, I think you could. But am I gonna try and make that case? No. I didn't give her a round. You could, again, I think you could make a case for 1 and 2 Maverick. But it's a really weak case. You would really have to convince me big time, so I didn't see it. Trust me, of all people who wanted to see that, it would be me. But yeah, Rose won this fight. She fought better than Maverick, and yeah, she got the win. She deserved it more. Maverick shit the bed, like she always does in big fights, because of course she fucking did. Of course she did. That's Miranda Maverick for you. But what can you do? So let's talk about the fighters real quick. After, again, probably the fight of the night, I was still doing that. For Rose, now 3-2 at flyweight. I still don't think she's looked good. Like, this is probably the best she's looked at flyweight, and she still didn't look amazing. We'll see what they do for next. I already have an idea, and it's kind of a rebooking, so we'll talk about that in a second. But, yeah, not really a lot to say there. She got a win, her first, I would say actually good win at flyweight, because Rose Namajunas, or because Amanda Hebos and Tracy Cortez are dog shit. Maverick's actually kind of a solid win, so good on Rose there. 32 years old, still picking up W's over the younger fighters. So yeah, UFC's she'll probably be main eventing a fight night soon. Oh boy. And then for Miranda Maverick, I think she's kind of hit her ceiling at this point. She's going to be a good mid fighter, like a Joff Neal. She's going to be able to beat the lower level fighters, like even some good fighters in the rankings, like Cortez and Hebos should beat. But anytime she fights Jasdavicius, Namajunas, Blanchfield, she's been beaten. And so she's just not that great, and she's just... She can never beat this level fighter. She can beat these fighters and this one, but she can't, and definitely Cortez, but she just can't beat this level. So she's a talented fighter. Maverick has a lot of talent, and apparently she tore her ACL in round 2, which that sucks. I feel bad for her there, but what can you do? I guess what can you truly do? She just shit the bed. She really did. She shit the bed in a big fight, and now she probably goes back to the Apex to fight somebody. We'll talk about that in a minute. And yeah, that's about that for Miranda Maverick. She just can't get through that upper echelon of the division, and she probably never will. So yeah, that's simple. Only thing I have to say now is, who should they fight next? For Thug Rose, I think the most logical fight would be Macy Barber. Because I think you should book the division like this. Jasdavicius should fight Grasso, Blanchfield should fight Manon, Natalia we already know, and then Barber, Rose. Why not rebook that fight? It makes sense now. I didn't think it made sense at first, but I do think it makes sense now, so let's do it. Barber, Namajunas. Book it, or rebook it, I guess, because it was meant to happen last year, and that's when the whole Tracy Cortez bullshit happened, and so, yeah, let's not do that again. So, rebook it. If Barber can actually make it to a fight, that'd be kind of cool, and, yeah, pretty simple. And then for Miranda Maverick, I saw someone say the loser of Araujo Cortez. You can make a case for that. I wouldn't be shocked if she fought Kong Wang, or the winner of maybe Karini Silva, JJ Aldridge. I think that'd probably be logical. So we'll say either Kong Wang or the winner of Karini Aldridge. Either one could work, and or maybe Casey O'Neill. I could see that happening as well. So I think any of these is very possible, and we'll see. We'll truly see with Maverick. So she's usually pretty active, so we'll probably see her for at least one more. Well, torn ACL probably not. So we'll probably see her again next year, and see how she looks. So we'll see who she fights, no less. And that's about that. So yeah, not really much to say. Decent co-main event in my opinion. Probably the fight of the night, like I said. And who should they fight next? I like Rose versus Macy Barber. Let's finally get that fight to happen, rebook it, and do it. And for Maverick, we'll see Karine Silva, Casey O'Neill, Kong Wang. Any of them are possible. And that's that. So, decent co-main event. I would take my L here. Like most of the underdogs I picked on this card. And decent co-main event. All I care about, at least the fight was decent. The best Rose fight I've seen in a long time. And finally, the lame event of the evening. Oh boy. I won't waste a lot of time here because I'm not thrilled with what happened here. And yeah, I think I've talked about a good amount last night, but I guess there's a little more to be said, I guess. As we have in our main event of the evening to end UFC Atlanta in the welterweight division, a main event that went the worst way possible because God, welterweight is so boring now. As we have in our main event of the evening to end a terrible night in Atlanta, Georgia, Kamaru Usman versus Joao Quinn Buckley. God, was this terrible. Yeah. Welterweight's really boring again. Buckley sucks. Usman is still boring and lame. And, that's about the long and short of that. Yeah. For a recap of the fight, you can probably take a guess. For 4 rounds, Usman laid on Buckley. Round 1 was a 10-8, round 2, 3, and 4 were 10-9s, and then round 5, Usman was pretty gassed, couldn't get the fight down, and Buckley kind of beat him up on the feet a bit, couldn't really hurt him or finish him, and but he did win that round, and it was 49-46. I had a 49-45 for Kamaru Usman, and yeah, boring fight. I don't know how it got 5 of the night when it was fucking terrible. And, yeah, that's about that. I'll just get to the main points. Usman is back. Ooh. No, he's not back. He beat up a fraud. He beat up a bum fraud in Buckley who beat up a bunch of old dudes. So, I'm not sold on Usman is back because he's not. Yeah, Usman... I'm not going to say Usman's back, because I never thought he was here to begin with. Let alone, I don't think he's, I just don't think he's that good. I think, again, is Usman back or is Buckley trash? Let's be honest now. So, I don't know. I truly don't know. But, what can you do? I'm not really sure what else you want me to say. He's not going to get a title shot. Anyone who's thinking, oh, Usman should fight the winner of JDM Islam. No. We'll talk about who he should fight. It's pretty obvious who he should fight. The dude's 1-3 in his last 5 or 4. Like, shut the fuck up. This is his first welterweight win in 4 years. So, come on now. So, Usman is not getting a title shot, and I don't know if he's back per se yet. So. We'll see. We'll see. We'll hold your horses. The only thing I do know is he is still boring and lame. And then for Joe Quinn Buckley, yeah, welcome to the fraud club, Joe Quinn. You fucking suck. So, keep trying to beat up old dudes who suck, like Wonder Bread and Colby and Luke. So, yeah, fraud. Joe Quinn fraudly. So, go beat up a bunch of fucking bums. It's that simple. Now let's just get to the point. Fight ideas for Kamaru. He should fight Bilal Muhammad. I think we all know that. They have a beef. It makes sense. Shavkat can fight Sean Brady. Bilal fights Usman. Maybe they still do Buck and Cuck. So, yeah, Usman, Bilal. It makes the most sense. Usman has done nothing to deserve a title shot, beating number 7, who's a fraud anyway. Doesn't really prove anything or mean anything. And, yeah, it's truly that simple. So, Usman, Bilal, book it. And then for Buckley, who knows? They could still do the Ian Gary fight, but why would Ian Gary even take that fight at this point? They could do him and fucking Gilbert Burns, him and Geoff Neal. him and Carlos Prates, him and Kevin Holland. So there's a lot of options for Buckley. The one thing I will say, for as much of a fraud that he is, I don't think he's going to fall out of the top 15, because I still think he beats Prates, Neal, Burns, even Ian he would still beat. He'd beat Leon, he'd beat Bilal, he'd beat Brady. So he'd still beat a lot of these guys, but he just can't beat, like, he just fell short. Like, Shavkat, JDM, and Morales would still easily beat him. So, what does that tell you? Yeah, just not a good night for Buckley, so we'll see what he does next. Again, Ian, Neal, Burns, Prates, MVP, I guess, Holland, any of those are possible. And, yeah, not really a lot else to say there. Yeah, that's, about that. Can't really think of much else to say. Bad main event. Again, Usman just laid on him for 4 rounds, and then they had a shitty striking match at the end. The Rose fight was way better. Again, I'm not really being funny. The Rose fight was better. And yeah, this was a terrible main event. Buckley sucks. Usman's still boring. And who should they fight next? Let's see. Usman versus Bilal. It makes the most sense. And Buckley, who knows? Who truly knows? So, yeah. That's about that, and, yeah, bad main event to end the bad card. I guess it's only fitting. Sorry, Atlanta, you deserved it better. Boom, that's the card. To go over how I did on picks, I went 7 of 13, 3 perfect, 450. Yeah, I took a few bad L's. Buckley just got fraud checked. Maverick and Petroski were long shots that were shit to bed. Oumar side was the undefeated fraud of the card. And Demopoulos was a bad pick. I'll take full blame for that. That's one of my worst picks of the year. I have a lot of shame for that one. So I'll take the L. The bonuses for the night went to fight of the night, Usman Buckley. Performance of the night to Wellmaker and Ochoa. I would have just done 3 performance bonuses to Wellmaker, Jose, and Rowe, because I think these 3 guys are the guys who carried the card. I think the rest of the card sucked ass, to be honest. Without the 3, the card would have been a 1 out of 10, if we're being honest. So, I think Phil Rowe deserved a performance bonus 10 times more than this deserved fight of the night, and how this deserved fight of the night more. So, I'm happy for Ochoa and Wellmaker. I feel bad for Phil Rowe. He deserved a bonus more than this garbage. So, why I'm not surprised though. Second to last thing, if you missed a card, what should I say? You should go back and rewatch just the last 2 rounds of the Rowe fight, Ochoa and Wellmaker. You could skip everything else. It sucked. Like, this was okay, but not really worth rewatching. This sucked. Sucked. Not great. Trash. I doubt you really. Not bad, but I don't really see a point to rewatch it. And trash. So 3 fights, pretty much. Rowe, Ochoa, and Wellmaker. The only finishes of the night, also. So yeah. And lastly, our favorite part of the program, the chopping block. Who's getting cut this week? In my opinion, I will say it's a big chopping block. It's 4. I would say Vanessa Demopoulos, Ange, Loosa, Kris Moutinho, and Rodolfo Bellato. I'll explain. Again, I talked about Demopoulos 3 in a row. LY is at 36 years old. Yeah, it's time to go. Ange Loosa, 3 L's in a row. Goodbye, you suck anyway. Kris Moutinho still sucks, get rid of him, and Bellato's a bitch, so see ya. Outside of that, if you look at the rest of the losers, Smotherman, no, you can't cut him yet. Durden, I doubt it, I'd be very surprised. McGee, you're never gonna cut, he's gonna retire, if anything, before you cut him, but you're not gonna cut him, and he ain't gonna retire, so, yeah. And on the main card, nobody. Sai, I wish, but no. Brundage, wish, should be, but not happening. Garbrandt, I wouldn't be upset, but it's not happening. Petroski, not happening. Not happening and not happening, so. Bellato, Moutinho, Loosa, and Demopoulos, so, sorry. I only really feel bad for Demopoulos. The other 3 can go fuck themselves. And, that's that. UFC Atlanta. it was terrible. If I had to grade the card, I would give it a 3.9 out of 10. Maybe the lowest I've given a card this year. It was truly terrible. Again, outside of Wellmaker, Ochoa, and Phil Rowe, I would not rewatch anything on this card. Like, the only decisions that were not terrible were Demopoulos and Maverick and Garbrandt. Everything else sucked. So, shitty night in Atlanta. 3 finishes out of 13 fights. Like, a 10 out of 10 actor job. A fight that made no fucking sense. A lot of boring decisions. Terrible card. Terrible fucking card. So, Atlanta, you deserved it better, and this was the first really bad card in a while. So, I think the Barber card was bad, but that was an Apex card, so yeah, that could be taken with a grain of salt. So, that's about that for UFC Atlanta. And now we enjoy the week before we head to Azerbaijan for Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree, which looks like a very weird card. The main and co are great. Fiziev and Bahamondes, Roundtree and Hill. The rest of the card's kind of weird. You got Miktabek Oralbai on the card. You got Curtis Blades back. You got you got some interesting fights. Mohammed Usman opening the card, funny enough. Yeah, and it's gonna be an early card, so hopefully I'll probably get a recap out at my ideal time next week, so that'll be sweet. At 12, the card starts at 12 o'clock here, whatever that time is for you. So yeah, UFC Azerbaijan. That should be interesting. It should be a fun night. Can't be as bad as this card. Knock on all the wood you can fucking find. And that's about that, man. That's about all I gotta say about UFC Atlanta. 3.9 out of 10 card. Pretty bad. So yeah, that's that. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Again, sorry for getting it out a little bit later, but I doubt y'all mind, especially with the after party last night where we did talk about the card a good amount. And yeah, and then of course we'll be live later tonight, ideally. So I'm gonna try, yes, again, on my schedule. I'm gonna put this in my channel description as well. I keep forgetting to do that. My plan is Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday for streaming, but Sunday could be Monday very easily. So, but Tuesday, no matter what, Thursday, no matter what, and Saturday, obviously, more than like, I highly doubt those ever get pushed. So that's the plan. So hopefully I'll be able to go live later tonight, and I'll see y'all there. If not tonight, it'll be tomorrow night. So either way, I hope to see all y'all there, so we can talk some more UFC Atlanta and whatever else y'all want to fucking talk about. But that's later. For right now, I'm done talking about the shitty card, and that's about that. Unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs always to go by the end of 2025. As always, finally, stop talking about this garbage card. See y'all later tonight, hopefully, for our stream. If not tonight, tomorrow. As always, RX out. Good vibes only. And always, happy Father's Day, everyone.